Looking to a recap of the NFL Week 4 for the 2022-2023 season sim. Let's start with Thursday Night Football, the 49ers and the Bucks, 14-12. Now you're probably wondering, why is the score this low? That's because there was 20-mile-an-hour winds and pouring down rain in Tampa on Thursday. The quarterback numbers did not look pretty. Garoppolo 107, 2 picks. Brady just 94 yards, lowest in his career, and he had an interception. It was just a hard game to watch for you fans watching Thursday Night Football, but we're all used to that. Anyway, the Steelers and the Browns played in London this week as the Browns won at 20-10. Very interesting storylines exiting this game. Of course, Mitchell Trubisky getting benched after 3 first-half interceptions. Kenny Pickett would come in and throw his first career touchdown to George Pickens, another rookie. Jacoby Brissett played decent, just had 2 picks. Nick Chubb was stopped by the Steelers for most of the day until the end. The Browns are 3-1, Pittsburgh 1-3. The Cowboys, they blow the rails off the Atlanta Falcons, 42-7. The loss in Week 1 to Kansas City hasn't defined this team, as they're absolutely smoking opponents. 274, 4 TDs for Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb with a big game. Trayvon Diggs had another pick 6. Mariota didn't look terrible, just had an interception. Of course, Desmond Ridder played in this game, 3 for 5, 22. He got some action, but it just still wasn't enough, and he looked only okay. I mean, you want to talk about headlines. 31-28, Ravens beat the Lions. Justin Tucker hit the longest field goal in sim history, 67 yards. Just like he did in real life against the Lions back in 2021, he does it in the sim. Lamar only incompleted 5 passes, 232 TDs, and had 12 rush, 77 yards and a TD. Jared Goff played really good as well, just had that small pick, but TJ Hawkinson had a good game. How about this AFC South rivalry? The Jaguars win 28-21 against the Houston Texans. Jacksonville, they started off 0-2, but they've won 2 in a row, beating the Jets and the Texans. Lawrence, 20 for 28, 203. The second-year man out of Clemson, Travis Etienne, had a good game. And then Dameon Pierce had a strong showing. Nico Collins, rookie out of Michigan, scored his first career touchdown from Davis Mills. But the Texans fall to 1-3. Philadelphia, they beat Carolina, and Carolina still only has 1 touchdown the entire season. It was a Baker Mayfield rushing touchdown, 29-3 Eagles. Baker had 2 picks, just 125 yards. McCaffrey had another sore day, and Jalen Hurts threw an interception on the day, but Devontae Smith had a great day as well. As the Eagles are 4-0, joining Baltimore at that status. So far, they're the only 2 4-0 teams. The Dolphins and Teddy Bridgewater, who's now 2-0 as a starter, they beat New England 27-10 in a pretty dominant win in Foxborough. Bridgewater threw for 216, 2 TDs. Mostert had a rushing touchdown. Waddle had another good day. But the Patriots, however, could not get much offensive life going, especially rushing, just 56 rushing yards for Damian Harris. Another strong day for Devontae Parker, the former Dolphin, but couldn't get the win in his revenge game. Then you have a rainy game in MetLife Stadium, where the Jets win 16-11 over Tennessee, who actually got a safety in this game, down 16-9. They had one more chance, but they couldn't pull it off. It was Danico Autry who got the safety, by the way. Zach Wilson, just 174 yards. Breece Hall had the touchdown run. And then for Tennessee, Treylon Burks had a good game, but he's questionable for Week 5, so that's a little bit concerning. It's not on there, but an ankle soreness for Treylon Burks. The Rams, they get back on track. They win 28-17 over the Indianapolis Colts as they progress back to 2-2. Indy has lost 3 straight. Stafford 204, Ryan 203. Stafford with 2 TDs and a rushing TD as well. Henderson had a good game with a TD as he was the main back in this game. But Alec Pierce caught a touchdown his first career in the league. Not really much from this game to highlight. Then the Vikings dominate the Packers in Lambeau. Now they're 4-0 as well. So they're the third team to join the undefeated club. 31-13. Cousins, 2 TDs. Dalvin Cook, a good day. Justin Jefferson even got a rushing TD on a trick play. Aaron Rodgers, however, it's just been rough for the Packers. They started 2-0 and now have lost to the Lions and the Vikings, 2 rivals, as Lazard led the way. He's been the main receiver for Green Bay, as things have not been well there. Then you have the Broncos getting a last-second field goal against the Cardinals to get their first win on the year. They're no longer defeated. They win 23-20. Russell Wilson, 263. Best game as a Bronco. 132 of those went to Cortland Sutton, who had a 70-yard TD in this game. As Kyler Murray had a good day as well, 223. No turnovers in this game. A.J. Green had a 100-yard receiving the game. The Cardinals are 0-4. Then you have a division rivalry in FedEx Field. The Giants win by 3, 31-28, but they were able to wind down the clock for 3 minutes on the Commanders. Jones, 3 TDs and a pick, but he had over 200 yards. Carson Wentz has 8 incompletions, 360 yards, a career day for him with 3 TDs. Logan Thomas, 12 receptions for 114 yards, not TDs. Career day for him as well. The graphic's wrong. It was Devontae Freeman, the running back, instead of Brightwell. Buffalo, they lost to the Raiders a week ago. They went 37-24, and the Chargers are no longer undefeated. They dropped their first game. Allen, 297, 3 TDs. Zach Moss had a big day, so did Stephon Diggs. Justin Herbert threw for 301 and 2 TDs. Both those to Mike Williams, as Joshua Kelly got the other one. Mike Williams had another monster day. A lot of receivers having big-time games early in the season. They have America's Game of the Week on CBS. The Chiefs win 28-19 and beat the Vegas Raiders, who almost came back and won this game if it wasn't for a late pick by Carr, who threw for 200. Josh Jacobs had a solid day on the ground. Mahomes looked okay. 9 incompletions, had an interception in this game, but 2 Juju Smith-Schuster TDs. All 5 of his receptions came in the second half of this game, along with his 84 receiving yards. Then we head to Sunday Night Football in Seattle, where the Seahawks are now 3-1. They win 24-13, and now the Bears drop to 0-4, joining Atlanta and Arizona. The key, Justin Fields out 5 to 6 weeks with a bruised lower back invertebrae. That's huge. Trevor Siemian came into the game and threw a TD and a pick to Darnell Mooney, who got the touchdown, as Montgomery had a decent day. Geno Smith, 3 TDs, and another good game out of Kenneth Walker in Seattle, doing good without Russ. Then Monday Night Football, 30-24, a closer game than people thought, but Cincinnati is the 4th team that is undefeated. They get a win against the Saints. Good game out of Jameis Winston. An interception by Burrow, which should have been pass interference, but it wasn't called for some reason. Chris Olave with a great game. The rookie out of Ohio State, 106 and a TD. Jamar Chase went off again for 133 yards and a TD. And Joe Mixon had finally his breakout game. Here are the AFC standings. Baltimore sits on top at 4-0. Cincinnati is also 4-0, but they do not lead the division due to tiebreaker. Chargers and Dolphins sit at 3-1. They lead the West and the East. And the Jaguars lead the South at 2-2. Kansas City also 3-1. But with Cincinnati and Buffalo playing each other next week, good chance that they can jump into the top 7 in the playoffs. In the NFC, Minnesota and Philadelphia are both undefeated. Seattle 3-1. No one really expected that. And Tampa Bay leads in a NFC South that is absolutely abysmal, with Carolina and New Orleans each having 1 win and then a defeated Atlanta Falcons. Giants and Cowboys in there with the 49ers, who have that last seat, but the Rams and the Packers looking to break in. This is ASC signing off.